Good morning all. I am Dr. K. Kaushik, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Today we are going to see the topic mobile ad-hoc networks, which we call shortly as MANETs. So these are the topics which we are going to discuss today. First we are going to see what is mobile ad-hoc networks, then followed by MANET and its characteristics, applications, the routing protocol requirements, standardization, and finally we are going to see the various types of MANET routing protocols that are available. First we discuss what is an ad-hoc networks. The ad-hoc, as its name represents, it is a spontaneous networks that is formed within a short amount of time without any predefined networks. So an ad-hoc network is a small area network, especially with wireless or temporarily plug-in connections. Each node serves as a router and forwards the packet to other nodes in the network. So each nodes are rapidly deployable and they are having the capability of self-configuring, and they are independent of any fixed infrastructures. That is, no predefined infrastructure is needed for implementing this type of networks, and the topology can be very dynamic. These are not static, it can be changed according to the time. So bandwidth constraints are variable capacity links and limited physical security. Since they are deployed in the open space, they have only limited physical securities. The nodes with limited batteries and storage capabilities, they are small nodes, they are with small battery life, and their limitations, the capabilities are limited one. So this is an example of an mobile ad-hoc networks. Consider a mobile node which is connected to two laptops. The two laptops which are connected, again they are connected to another mobile phones, and they are finally connected to the laptop. So this is the infrastructure that is formed in a spontaneous one without any predefined structures, and also this infrastructure may be varying with the time. And regarding the applications of the MANET, since this is an no predefined networks is required for implementing this type of MANETs, so it has a wide variety of applications such as military and some sensor networks during the disaster management and neighbor area networks, any unplanned communications among the group of people, these things can be implemented. So next we are going to see what are the routing protocol requirements for this mobile ad-hoc networks. So the routing protocol requirements differs from fixed networks to this mobile networks, because the nodes are mobile here, they may be changing its location anytime. So there is a difference between the routing requirements of the static networks and these mobile networks. So it must have the requirements of self-starting and self-organizing and multi-hop operations with routing mechanism designed for mobile nodes. Dynamic topology maintenance, the topology may be changing at that time, so it must have the capacity to maintain the dynamic topology. And rapid convergence, minimal network traffic overhead, and scalable to large networks. So these are the requirements of a routing protocol of a MANET things. Standardizations. So this is some standardizations are required for adopting this MANET. So in order to achieve that, a forum named Internet Engineering Task Force is created, the Mobile Ad-hoc Networks Working Group. The purpose of MANET working group is to standardize IP routing protocol functionality suitable for wireless routing applications within dynamic topologies with increased dynamics due to node motion or other factors. So this work group also serves as a meeting place and forum for the deploying, experimenting with the MANET approaches. So currently the group is pursuing a reactive, a proactive and hybrid protocol. No protocol has been standardized yet. So regarding the MANET routing protocols, all the protocols are broadly classified into major two categories. One is proactive and another one is reactive. Proactive in the sense the route is already established. Whether the data transfer happen place or not, the route will be maintained always. This is called proactive. And reactive in the sense route will be established when the data transfer is needed. This proactive protocol is also known as table driven protocols, and this reactive protocols is also known as on-demand protocols. The reactive protocols, as the name indicates, reactive. So whenever the routing is required, whenever the data needs to be transferred in the networks, then the routing will be established. So there is It does not take initiative to find the routings, though no prior established route will be there. So route establishes routes on demand by floating the query. Whenever the route is required, the route will be established. Less routing overhead in average because does not use bandwidth except when needed. So bandwidth will be used when the routing will be required. So much network overhead in the floating process when querying for the routes. A little bit overhead in the floating will be there because of route establishment. Higher latency in establishing the path, and the example protocol is dynamic source routing. So now let me discuss this dynamic source routing protocol. It is an on-demand protocol. Suppose consider a node A which wishes to send the packet to the node B. A is the source and B is the destination, but does not currently have a valid route to the destination. What it will do is, the node A will broadcast a route request packet in the network. So each node, each subordinate nodes, intermediate nodes will be forwarding the packet to the neighbors unless they reach the destinations or have a valid route to the destinations. As the packet traverses the network, each intermediate node adds its address to the header, establishing a reverse route. Once the packet reaches the destination node, that is the node B will be acknowledging by sending a route reply packet from node B to node A. So if the links are not bidirectional, node B must perform its own route discovery to response. So this is a diagram where this is a network where node A will be broadcasting the route request packages. All the intermediate nodes, they will be forwarding the packets until the packet reaches the destination B. So once the nodes reaches the destination B, the destination network will be replying the source node by the route reply. So this will be happening to the packets by the name which is added in the packet header until it reaches the source node A. The intermediate nodes may catch the accumulated route record contained in the route request packet headers in order to reduce the routing overhead. In the security concerns, the confirmation of the receipt of packet can be done by passive acknowledgement. Node overhears a downstream node from the forwarding the packet. The DSR also contains provisions to avoid route reply storms. So what we have seen is an reactive protocol. So next type of protocol is proactive protocols. Here the routes will be established in an advance. Whether we are transferring the packets or not, the route will be always maintained. The routers are set up based on the continuous control traffic. All the routes are maintained at all the time, independent of the data transfer happening or not. The routes will be always maintained. A constant overhead is created by controlling the traffic. Since the routes are always maintained, some overheads are created. Routes are always available. Example for this is optimized link stating protocol, OLSR. So coming to the OLSR protocol. So it is the optimized link state routing protocol can be divided into three main modules. One is neighbor or the link sensing, optimized flooding or forwarding, link state messaging and route calculation. So first module is network or link sensing. The router maintains awareness of the current network topology by exchanging hello messages. All the nodes transmit hello messages on a given interval. Each node tells the entire network about its intermediate nodes. So each node forms a picture of the entire network topology. Each node can calculate the best route to any destinations in the networks. So this contains all head of neighbors grouped by the status. The multi-point relaying. So the flooding to the network with the hello messages, that will including the overhead in the networks. So in order to avoid, in order to reduce the duplicate retransmissions and the forwarding the broadcast packet, so it will be restricting the set of nodes, that is retransmitting the packet from all nodes to a subset of all nodes. The size of the subset depends upon the topology of the networks. So this is the network where nodes will be broadcasting all the messages. So here we can find the source node that will be broadcasting the packages to all the nodes. They in turn again resend to the other nodes. Here we can find that the central node that are not retransmitting the packets because it is already transmitted by the nodes M. So managed routing protocol, the third type of managed routing protocol is hybrid. It is a combination of both proactive and reactive protocols. So this type of protocols combines the advantages of proactive and the reactive routing. The routing is initially established with some proactive things, prospected routes, and then serves the demand from additionally activated nodes through the reactive flooding. Advanced depends upon the number of nodes activated. So example for this is zone routing protocol, ZRP. In the zone routing protocol, so it consists of two types of nodes, that is some nodes which are placed in the intra zone and some nodes which are placed in the inter zone. So the proactive within the nodes local neighborhood are reactive for inter zone routing. The intra zone routing proactively maintain all the routes to all the nodes within the source to its own zone. So it will be always maintaining a particular nodes for a particular zone, particular routes alone. And next one, inter-zone routing, it will be using an on-demand protocol which is similar to DSI, that is destination source routing, to determine the routes that are outside the zones. So these are proposed to reduce the control overhead of proactive routing protocols and decrease the latency which is caused by the route discovery in reactive routing protocols. So here we can find the picture which is an interzone and intrazone routing. The center circle that indicates the intrazone routing protocols. Here the routes are always maintained between the nodes, that is in the black nodes, that is the first hop and second hop nodes. Here the routes are always maintained. The multi-hop nodes and outside the center circle, they are reactive, they will be following the protocol of reactive protocols things. The route will be established only on the demand. And coming to the summary, so we have seen what are the characteristics of protocols, characteristics of the MANET, and what are the applications of the mobile ad hoc networks, and three types of protocols that are used in the things: reactive, proactive, and hybrid. Reactive, which will be discovering the route on the demand, and proactive, which will be maintaining the route always, and hybrid in the sense which is the combination of reactive and protocol things. So these are the things which we are seeing. So let us discuss the questions that are. So can anyone a mobile ad hoc network is a decentralized type of network. So this is whether true or false. Yeah, this is a true one because it is a decentralized. There is no predefined control is needed. So it is a true. So dash which maintain information on all nodes throughout the network even they are not required. That is proactive. So we will be always maintaining the information whether it is needed or not, whether the data is transferred or not, it will be always maintaining the network connection information. The third question, the dash protocols exchange control information between the nodes on regular basis which keeps updated nodes of each node in the networks. Again this is a proactive networks because it will be always maintaining the things by exchanging information in a regular basis. The AODV, DSR, ABR are examples of proactive protocols. And the route discovery and route maintenance are in reactive type of protocols. Thank you.